Everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are delving into a story that is currently rocking the tennis world and the whole sports industry worldwide. There are times when the tectonic plates of athletic marketing entirely shift, as everyone who follows the sports industry is aware. One of those moments is happening in real time right now. The world headquarters of Nike in Beaverton, Oregon is the epicenter of this seismic upheaval as the era of a new global superstar officially begins. The swoosh has been associated with the ultimate form of tennis aristocracy for many years. We are discussing a lineage that is practically the sport's Mount Rushmore. In the 1980s, John McEnroe introduced the rebellious mindset. In the 1990s, Andre Agassi used neon and denim to redefine tennis fashion. Pete Sampras is the epitome of clinical supremacy. The contemporary gods of the game then emerged. Rafael Nadal, Roger Federer, and Serena and Venus Williams, the unmatched Williams sisters, one of the most prominent, sought-after, and financially rewarding positions in all of sports marketing, is becoming the face of Nike tennis. It's a crown. And that crown is formally being handed now in February 2026. According to reports, the whole Nike headquarters was taken aback this week when 20-year-old Filipina tennis sensation made headlines, which is currently taking over the sports sector. When Alexandra Eala entered, she was greeted with a reception worthy of a true queen. According to industry rumors and insider reports, Alex Eala is not merely stopping by for a standard equipment inspection. She is being promoted as Nike Tennis's new unchallenged face. Take a moment to consider that. She is receiving the celebrity treatment, which is a red carpet full building takeover, typically saved for legendary players like Tiger Woods, LeBron James, or Cristiano Ronaldo. We are discussing extensive rumors about an incredible, possibly huge, gigantic transaction. There are rumors of a new 3-year endorsement deal that might be worth up to $45 million circulating in financial circles and on international sports networks. Absolutely, you read correctly, $45 million. This 20-year-old phenomenon instantly rises to the top of the world's most paid female athletes if these numbers are accurate. And we must examine Alex Eala's exceptional marketability, tremendous raw talent, and ideal timing to see why Nike is backing the Brinks truck up to her home. For Nike, this decision is made at a very crucial time. The tennis community was just informed this week that Emma Raducanu, the 2021 US Open winner and long-standing Nike poster girl, had formally left the company to sign a huge worldwide ambassador contract with the Japanese clothing company Unilo. Raducanu had been prominently in Nike's international advertising campaigns. She was paired with the renowned Roger Federer in Unilo's stable of athletes after her contract expired. Unilo reportedly jumped in and guaranteed her $3,500,000 annually in addition to large performance bonuses. Concerns have also been raised about Nike's long-term collaboration with elite athletes like Aina Sabalenka. In order to sustain its tennis division into the late 2020s and beyond, Nike found itself in dire need of a new anchor, a young, energetic, and extraordinarily skilled face. They turned their gaze to Southeast Asia. They examined a player who has not only broken records on the court, but also has the weight, fervor, and steadfast support of a country with more than 110 million citizens. Basketball is a major sport in the Philippines, which is regarded as one of the world's most fervent and active sports markets. However, Alex Eala has brought about a revolution in tennis in her native nation on her own. Social media algorithms go into overdrive whenever she swings a racket. She pulls engagement statistics that are out of this world. Companies are coming to understand that selling tennis shoes isn't the only way to capitalize on the Alex Eala phenomenon. It involves reaching out to a fervently devoted international diaspora and a quickly developing Asian market. However, the market is not the only factor. It has to do with the incredible outcomes we are currently witnessing on the court. To completely understand why, according to reports, Nike staff were removing walls belonging to former athletes in order to display life-size posters of ELA during her visit to the company's headquarters. You must examine her remarkable ascent. Alex Eala is currently ranked at number 31 in the world, a new career high as of this week, February 23rd, 2026. She holds the top spot among Filipino players in the Women's Tennis Association Tour's history. No one in her nation has ever accomplished this level of success. She breaks into the top 100, top 50, and now the top 35 for the first time. She is consistently demonstrating that she is more than just a product of marketing, defeating Grand Slam champions and defeating other players in the top 5. On the hard courts, she is a real terrible force. Insiders describe the atmosphere at Nike headquarters as electrifying. According to sources, conference rooms were fully furnished with customized equipment, with presentations highlighting a special Asian market kit and maybe a big worldwide rollout. Even wild, industry-shaking tales of a cross-pollination with the Michael Jordan brand are circulating. Just picture the synergy. In the basketball-mad Philippines, the Jordan brand is practically a religion, and it has partnered with the best tennis export from the nation. It is the ultimate dream situation for a marketer. The amazing journey of Alexandra Eala, the strategic genius behind Nike's move, and the implications of this $45 million gamble for the future of professional tennis must be examined as we move into the in-depth analysis of how we arrived at this historic week. Let's examine the development of this phenomenon, because you don't just wake up at age 20 and command the attention of the world's largest sports apparel boardroom without a history of unwavering perseverance, top-notch training, and groundbreaking discoveries. Born in Quezon City, Philippines, Alexandra Eala was first exposed to tennis at the age of 4 by her grandfather. She subsequently moved to Manacor, Spain, to train at the esteemed Rafa Nadal Academy because her natural skill was so evident. Her current game demonstrates the impact of that academy. She is a left-hander with a deadly two-handed backhand and has the kind of unrelenting baseline aggression and excellent tennis IQ you would expect from someone who grew up under Rafael Nadal's strict training regimen. She won the 2022 US Open girls singles title after dominating the junior circuit. However, there are many young tennis stars who have never made an impression on the professional circuit. A particularly cruel cemetery of dashed hopes is the junior to professional transition. The opponents have much greater physical strength, the game is faster, and the psychological battle is unrelenting. Eala worked hard on the ITF circuit for a few years, the professional tennis minor leagues. Between 2020 and 2024, she won 5 ITF championships while gradually increasing her ranking and physical stamina. Away from the enormous stadium lights, she was working quietly. Next came 2025, more especially the Miami Open in 2025. The entire course of her life was altered by this tournament, which also surely gave Nike executives their first clear indication that they were dealing with a generational superstar. Eala received a wild card to the main draw despite having a lowly ranking of 140 in the world. The scene that ensued was nothing short of epic. She did more than just take part. She dominated the draw. Yelena Ostapenko, a former French Open champion, was defeated by her. She defeated the formidable American Madison Keys. She then overcame the multiple Grand Slam winner IG Swiatek in a match that practically stopped traffic in Manila. Since it is essential to comprehending her current rockstar position, let me restate that point. IG Switch was defeated in straight sets by a 19-year-old wildcard player. Eala became the first wildcard in tennis history to defeat 3 major winners in straight sets at a single WTA event by making it to the semifinals of the WTA 1000 event. It was an abnormality in statistics. It was an amazing demonstration of fearless pressure tennis. She rose to number 75 in the world's top 100 thanks to that one run. More significantly though, it solidified her reputation. It demonstrated to business sponsors, the media, and the locker room that Alexandra Eala was a massive murderer and did not experience a sophomore slump. When 2026 rolled around, the anticipation was sky high. A young athlete can be crushed by the weight of bearing the hopes of an entire nation, but it seemed to be what Eala thrived on. She advanced to the Auckland Open semifinals to start the 2026 season. At the Australian Open, she made her eagerly awaited main draw debut, creating such a commotion that spectators were apparently waiting hours in advance to see her first round match on court 6. But her performance at the fiercely tough WTA 1000 event in Dubai at the end of February 2026 was the final testament to her tenacity. Eala advanced to the quarterfinals with ease. She also secured another top 10 triumph by defeating the strong Jasmine Paolini along the road. Her current career high position of number 31 in the world is precisely the result of this extraordinarily deep run in Dubai. She has risen more than 100 ranks in the world rankings in just a year. She is no longer the adorable underdog. At important competitions, she poses a serious threat. In the early stages of a draw, the top 10 veterans aggressively try to avoid her. Now that this one-court resume has been solidified, we must examine the business strategies underlying this extraordinary Nike response. Why is Nike currently hosting the most extravagant red carpet events? The sportswear market is undergoing tremendous change right now. The storied period of Serena Williams and Maria Sharapova, who helped Nike sell billions of dollars worth of apparel is over. For the brand, Naomi Osaka has been a huge star. However, Nike is constantly searching for the face of the upcoming decade. Emma Redkinu's recent move to Unilo was a major setback for Nike's roster of youthful, highly marketable female celebrities. Nike created enormous commercials centered around Raducanu when she won the US Open in 2021, but the clothing industry is ruthless. Unilo enticed him to join a team that includes Roger Federer with a very hefty guaranteed deal. Nike's global marketing strategy was severely lacking after Raducanu left. They needed to use the millions of dollars they had set aside for a Gen Z female tennis star as quickly as possible to keep companies like AS6 and Adidas from stealing the young market. Let's welcome Alexandra Eala. In fact, Nike has supported her since she was a young athlete. For years, she has worn the swoosh. However, having a player on a typical low-tier junior equipment contract and turning them into a worldwide brand ambassador with a multi-million-dollar signing deal are very different. A noteworthy fact regarding her visit to the Beaverton office was spotted by observers and Reddit investigators who followed these events. According to reports, Ella's images were a total makeover of the enormous promotional walls, which had previously been heavily branded by other foreign players. She received the definitive treatment of a prominent character. This amount of money is carefully considered. Nike is aware that Eala is a demographic treasure trove. Hundreds of millions of hyper-connected, upwardly mobile customers reside in Southeast Asia. North America and Europe have always been tennis's strongholds, but Asia has incredible growth potential. Eala is possibly doing for Southeast Asian tennis what Li Na achieved for Chinese tennis more than 10 years ago. However, Eala is doing it in the age of TikTok. Millions of followers instantly screenshot, discuss, and chase after her every time she comes onto the court with a particular costume or shoe. We must also talk about the amazing fusion of high fashion and athletics that Eala is masterfully juggling. She was recently highlighted in a huge Nike and Vogue Philippines partnership. This wasn't your typical sports photo session. It was a profound cultural declaration. Eala, who was only 20 years old, was dressed in a combination of high fashion and sports attire, which exquisitely combined her rich Filipino ancestry with her fierce encore persona. The most notable item from that partnership was a personalized Nike Bayou t-shirt that featured the Philippines' national flower, the saguita. According to the Vogue article, Nike gave her a personalized hair tie with those exact same sampita flowers in a box shaped like a tiny tennis court before Wimbledon. I was reminded of my origins and all that led me here by the handwritten message from Nike that read, "The saguita. This is Nike's masterclass on marketing. They're selling more than simply a pair of Vapor Pro 3 shoes or a tennis racket. They are promoting a story of fervent aspiration, grounded humility, and cultural pride. They are making her a cultural figure instead of just an athlete." How crucial I is to Nike's worldwide strategy is demonstrated by the fact that the enormous multinational corporation is significantly relying on particular Filipino cultural imagery. Hello?